Okay, so now let's just work on some exercise to wrap up what we have learned so far for all these components. So just wait. Okay, so let's work on the first exercise. How can I find the department name, city, and the country name for each department? So over here we have select from. We don't really have where group by having, okay, and order by because they don't really have any other requirement. So I have the department name, city, and country name. Okay, so that's all the things I need have. And then department name is from the departments table, so I have the department. Then I will look at the city. Okay, the city is in the location, so I need to join locations on departments location ID gonna be equal to locations location ID. Okay, and then when we move on, we see the country name is coming over here, so we need to join another one. So join the countries on and then the locations country ID gonna be equal to countries country ID. So when we have all this, that's how you put all the department city and the country name together for all these 27 departments. Now when we move to another one, I want to show the department name and the region of the department. So I just departments and region name. So we can see, okay, I have the departments table, department name from the departments table, and then when we look at the region names in the regions table, but when I join the department and region table, you can see they don't really have the primary key or foreign key between these two tables. They don't really have any direct connection, okay, from this map. And then what can we do? So in order to make the connection across this table, we have to add these two tables in the middle as before we actually can make the final connection over here. So in order to have the connection from the departments to a region, although we didn't select any column from these two tables, but we need to build the connection all the way goes through here. So when you try to see all this, you have to looking at which table has the bridge table in the middle. So we still need to start with departments, have the connection to location here, and then location have the connection to the country here, and then country have the connection with the regions on countries region ID gonna be equal to the region ID. We have to make this connection and then we will know for each department which regions they would be. Okay, so that's a slightly tricky question comparing to the first one, especially when you build the connection, there's something disconnected. You have to add all the bridge table in the middle to connect them. Okay, now the last one, let's just try to have all the things we have learned in the past to have in and combine together. Select from and do we need to use where? And when you look at this one, apparently we need to have the where because they have the employee information coming from there. have the selection. Do we need to use group by? They didn't really define any group. Okay, so over here, then we don't have the having, and we didn't see any like order by. So that's the 3 keywords we can have, and then we will try to solve this one by one. So first we need to have the full name and department name and region name. That's the 3 things we need. But when we look at here, we don't really have the full name. We only have first name and last name. So we need to go back to fix that. If you forget how to do that, you can go back to check. So I just directly type in the answer. Vertical line and last name as full name. Okay. And so the next thing is which table they're coming from. So we will see, okay, the employee first name, last name is coming from the employees table. And then we move on, we need to have the department name. So when we look at the department name, we will need to have the join with the department. So we will join department or employees department ID equal to department ID. Okay, and we also need to know the region name. So we connect these two tables, but when we have the connection to the region, there's something in between we need to add it. So we will just continue to join on. So I just copy that. I don't even bother to do it. Right, so many columns. Okay, so we start to join all these tables together. Then when we join them together, and then we move to the condition, say what kind of condition we need to choose. And in the overall, we have 2 major of the condition. I have the condition 1 and condition 2. That's the things we have. And when we look at the condition 1, it's not a single condition. So it's actually having here, I need to use parentheses to have it. So I have the condition 1, and the condition 1, and this is connected by or. So we will have this one, and then we will have this or. We break it into 2 parts. So the salary greater than that, it's a single one. So I just directly write it. And working in the Americans region, so I need to have the region name gonna be equal to Americas. Just make sure you need to, when we have the text information, first you need to quote them. Okay, if you don't quote them, the common mistake is, then if that's the way you're gonna write, that means they want to find a column with the region name and another column with the name Americans. Their value are equal to each other. Apparently, you don't really have the America column. And another thing, when you put the text information here, it's case sensitive. So you make sure the first letter is uppercase, the first uppercase, remaining is lowercase. You make sure remaining is lowercase. And then this is the manager ID gonna be equal to 100. And when you run this one, okay, it looks like the network connection has been disconnected. I assume, just wait a minute, is this working? They are not giving me any results, but anyway, so that's the logic, how you're gonna continue to progress and write the query you're gonna have. Okay, so that's the way how you're gonna write. You just like the I'm telling you in the past, you have to do that in a very structured way. If you don't do that in a very structured way, and then you will always, if you're starting from the beginning all the way to the end, that's so many things you need to consider all simultaneously. That's almost impossible for you to do that.